Boundaries are often misunderstood as something that must be enforced with intensity, with volume, with firmness that tips into harshness. But harshness is not what makes boundaries work. Clarity does. Children respond to boundaries not because they are afraid, but because the boundary feels steady. When boundaries are delivered with emotional charge, children experience the charge, not the limit. They respond to tone, to intensity, to threat, and escalation follows. Harshness often appears when a parent feels their boundary is not being taken seriously, when repetition increases, when compliance feels delayed, when authority feels uncertain. In those moments, many parents add force. They speak louder, they explain more, they tighten their tone. But force does not strengthen boundaries. It weakens them. Because force shifts attention away from the boundary and toward the emotion. Calm parenting approaches boundaries differently. It treats boundaries as information, not confrontation. A boundary says, "This is where it stops," not "prove you're in control." When a boundary is clear, short, and predictable, children do not need to test it as much. Testing often happens when boundaries feel unstable, when tone varies, when outcomes change, when emotion replaces clarity. Firmness does not require harshness. Firmness requires steadiness. Steadiness communicates that the boundary will hold without escalation. This creates safety, not softness. Safety. Children accept limits more easily when they feel safe enough to stay regulated. A regulated child can hear the boundary. A dysregulated child reacts to the delivery. This is why calm boundaries reduce escalation. Not immediately, but consistently. Consistency teaches what to expect. And predictability reduces anxiety. When anxiety reduces, resistance often reduces with it. Calm parenting does not remove authority. It refines it. Authority becomes quiet, reliable, and clear. Not loud, not reactive, not threatening. If boundaries have felt hard to hold, that is often a sign of pressure, not inadequacy. Pressure pushes intensity. Calm reduces it. Over time, boundaries held calmly become easier to maintain. They require less explanation, less repetition, less emotional energy. Because children know what will happen, and that it will happen without escalation. Calm parenting builds this trust over time, not through force, but through steadiness. Boundaries held this way do not feel harsh, they feel safe. And safety is what allows boundaries to work. This moment is enough.